Hey, Team Impact! It is our very first kickoff call for our brand new, I don't even know if you want to call it a schedule, a calendar, the Team Impact Council leading. And tonight we want to kick off with basically an overview of what's about to happen. We want to kind of step by step walk you guys through what's being offered, and then I'll of course take questions if you have any. But because everything being offered is somewhat new and is a collaboration with a lot of different people, I know there's a little bit of confusion. And thank you guys for one, being patient as we pulled everything together, and then two, staying alert and looking at all the updates we're giving you guys, because I know it's quite a bit of changes. So thanks for kind of rolling with the punches. And this first month is probably going to have some bumps along the way as we kind of work out our new schedule and all the new leaders giving you guys help. And if you guys have comments or things that are working well, we'd love to hear your feedback. If you have things that you don't like, just keep that to yourself. We don't want to hear it. But we really do want to make this a seamless process. And if you do want to talk to your upline diamond about things that aren't working well or things that you might see as a problem, we would like to get some feedback on that. But for the most part, this is just a process. So be patient, and hopefully tonight can clear up some of the stuff if you do have any questions about it. But Annie's going to load up some slides for us to kind of get started. We want to keep these Monday night calls to pretty short. We're talking like 30-minute calls, and they're going to be training calls. Every other Monday will be a training from Annie or I, or both of us, on how to run your business. And then every other week, we're going to have a guest speaker. So it may be some training, it may be some inspiration and things to kind of give your week some fuel. But that's kind of what the Monday night calls will be about. And that will be with Annie and I, and then also with guest speakers every other week. So that's what you can look forward to there. Recognition. I mean, this is something you guys are already used to, but it's one of the 4 vital behaviors now, and we're going to make sure we do a lot more recognition. As you've already seen on the team page, it's something we really want to highlight. So each week, of course, you're going to see your top producers. This is a great time for you to shout out to your friends and fellow coaches that are doing well. Same thing with the Success Club shout outs that'll come once a month. And then, of course, we're along the way, as we're having people graduate from the new coach boot camp and Emerald boot camps, we're going to actually be giving them recognition as well, because we want the new coaches who maybe haven't hit these leaderboards yet because they're just getting started. We want them to see their name page as well, because if you remember how exciting it was for you to get recognition or to be shouted out for that first time, and if we can teach the new coaches that awesome high of getting recognition early on, we're hoping that they'll want to keep achieving and keep hitting these awesome leaderboards as well. So that's something else we're going to be working on. One thing that you can help with is that if you do maybe notice that your name is missing or your coach's name is missing, that you can just take the responsibility to let us know that. Sometimes things do get missed, and I don't want anyone to think that they weren't important. Our report should show all the way down the line, but of course sometimes things get missed. So please let us know if you see your name or your coach's name being left off consistently, or even once. We want to make sure we get everybody on there. It is important to us that we recognize people that are achieving. So that's something you can watch for too. Go ahead, Annie. You want to take one?
Sure. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the training that you can expect every single month that we have been working on. So we have 3 different training groups that are going to be offered every month. The New Coach Basics. This is going to be the group that all brand new coaches go into. This will start on the 1st and the 15th each month. They are only adding coaches up to those dates. So now we have started the New Coach Basics. No coaches will be added again until the next Coach Basic group starts. So that basically the new coaches will come in, they will be with the group of coaches the entire 10 days from start to finish, and then they will graduate into the next group. It's a little different with May. Since we're starting this, we kind of gave people the option to go into the new coach group or the Emerald group based on where they were in their businesses. But moving forward, as far as the next Coach Basics group, all new coaches will have to go in this group and graduate to be added into the Emerald group. This group is led by Eva, Brooke, Trent, and Jen. And basically this group is going to be teaching our coaches the fundamentals of coaching. So all of your going to get the exact same material. It's It's going to be easy to duplicate. Everybody's going to get the same stuff, hit the ground running, and it's basically up to them to be a part of the group, do their homework every day, and take accountability and action as their own CEO of their business to grow it to the next level. Like Lauren said, they will graduate this group and they'll get some recognition when they do move forward. But for all our new groups, we won't be babysitting people. We'll be giving them assignments for them to complete to help us know that they've done their work and they move on to the next group. So there will be accountability in them as far as checking that they've done all the assignments or they've been present the whole 10 days.
One thing to mention about the new Coach Basics group is that the prerequisite is to have done a GSR. So we're trying not to take your place as a sponsoring coach. Of course, we want you to connect personally with your new coaches and, if possible, do a GSR with them before they go into this group. So we are, of course, going to offer a weekly GSR, which you'll hear about in a moment. But it doesn't take the place of you connecting with your coach. Basically, we're putting these things into place to fill in any gaps, especially for brand new baby coaches that want to sign up their friend, family, or neighbor, and they don't know that much yet. These things are supposed to take the place of maybe the fear of them saying, I don't know if I could sign anyone up. I don't know very much yet. You can let people know right away. You don't need to know a whole lot. We've got all of that in place for you so they could sign up a friend and say, you know what, get on this GSR call with me. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but we're going to figure it out together. That's what we want to avoid, is people waiting months before they sign their first coach. So think about it, though. The best way for you to get people started, though, is still to personally connect with them. Don't just shove them into a group and say, oh, well, this is Annie and Jen and Annie and Lauren and Jen's and, all these other Eva's job now to train my coaches. No, it's still your job to connect to those people. This is just tools that you can use along the way. And remember, it's just a 10-day group. They're not going to be experts after 10 days. They're just going to get their feet wet. So this is a way for you to get them started faster, I guess.
Yes, that is a very good point.
So Push to Emerald is basically the same thing. It's a 10-day group. We pretty much broke down what was before the 10-day new coach bootcamp. We kind of broke it out into two different groups because I figured 10 days is a really short time to pack a ton of stuff into, and I felt like we were kind of losing people if there's too much information. So the 10-day Push to Emerald group happens right after the new coach bootcamp. If they graduate, meaning they actually see every single post, they will get a link to graduate to the Emerald group. If your new coach, or even you yourself, did not actually graduate from the new coach bootcamp, you're welcome to do it again, but there won't be any moving on to the next group until you showed up and said, I actually take this business seriously. That's kind of the other thing we wanted to put into this training is some accountability, I guess, that you're actually treating your business like a business and showing up every single day to get the privilege to move on and work at a higher level of training. The information isn't rocket science. It will be there. If you have a coach or you yourself want to go faster than 10 days to Emerald, of course do that. We're basically giving you all the information that's in the online office, but it's being done through these coaches, which this one's Lane, Rachel, and Dina doing the 10-day to Emerald group. And they're actually going to be giving accountability, homework assignments to help people get 2 people signed up before the end of that 10 days. They're going to be doing specific things to help people sign coaches because that's the point, right? Building a business. And that's going to get them to Emerald is by signing 2 people. So they're going to be giving them tips and also the accountability of the power of threes every single day and using specific tools to help them get there. It's not just information, it's applied. So that's kind of the cool thing about these groups too, is that it's actually getting people where they need to be and not just throwing information at them. Prerequisite, of course, graduate. The goal is to reach Emerald in 10 days. And then after that, if they graduate, and of course, they actually need to hit Emerald, just going through the 10 days is not enough. Actually have to hit that Emerald mark. And when they do that, they will then get the link to join the Push to Diamond group. Just like the ultimate goal, right?
Yep. So the Push to Diamond group, same setup, 1st and 15th of every month. Is you have to graduate the Emerald group, and you also have to be Emerald rank to join. This group did not start on the 1st of this month, so we're requiring everybody that wants to be in the Diamond group in May has to complete the Emerald group. So that's how we're doing that moving forward. The goal is to push people to race to Diamond rank a lot faster, and we have to just raise the pace. Obviously, some people won't get there in 10 days, but this training is a higher level training. It is going to bring the heat. It's going to show people what it takes to become a diamond coach, how you work with your emerging emeralds to help them get to emerald, and how to build stability in your business, because you don't want to get to diamond rank and lose it the next week. So these ladies, Becca, Suzanne, and Anna Woods, all have amazing content laid out for you to help you hit that higher level in your business and to really advance yourself from a beginner coach to looking at this as a long-term goal, because diamond will be your stepping stone to your next big goal. So this will be a really great group for you guys to plug into.
I know that there are some people already in Team Impact that were a little disappointed they didn't get to immediately get into the diamond group. Maybe you've been diamond before or you're really close. And that was not a personal thing. Like, we didn't think people, were ready for it. It really is just, if you're going to be putting your people through these groups, I want you to know the content. It'd be really difficult for you to jump into the diamond group and have absolutely no clue what your people are learning in the emerald group. I think it's a really great experience for all of us to have gone through and seen the content. Of course, the members of the council put the content together and then got to see it as it was being developed. So we know what's in there, but you guys are going to really benefit from both seeing it and then knowing that you can put your coaches in, or encourage them to get in the groups. You can't physically put your coach in the diamond group. They have to earn their way there. But the fact that they've gone through the other prerequisite groups will really give them that foundation. I just don't want anyone to think that we were trying to keep people out. We just want you guys to get the best information. And the other thing is, the Emerald group starts at a pretty decent pace of accountability for amount of exposures and connections each day. When you get into the diamond group, they're really going to push you. And so I want people to have the foundation of being used to checking in every day, being used to making a certain number of contacts every day. Because if you get thrown into a group that's way past the amount of effort you're used to putting in, you could really burn out fast. So I think this is a really great way to get people started. And just remember that we're stepping people up, and just like you should in your business. We didn't tell baby coaches, brand new coaches, you got to make 20 contacts in one day. We wouldn't do that to somebody new, but as you go, that becomes easier. You have more people to talk to. So that's kind of the idea of stepping along 10 day to 10 day to 10 days. By in a month, you're going to be able to do more. So that's the point.
Do you want me to show what a happy hour looks like? I found an old one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's helpful.
Let's show. I think that the happy hour, if you haven't done one before, the concept can be hard to understand. So what it looks like is a Facebook event. And if you've ever seen an event on Facebook, it does pop up in your newsfeed that your event is getting ready to start. Sometimes they're a physical place, but in our case, our event is just something being held online. So what's going to happen is every other week, there's going to be an event link for you to join, or for you to invite people to join. And these beautiful ladies, Stacy, Amy, and Heidi, are going to be hosting the happy hour, which is just that. It's an hour online where they are available, and they are going to be live posting into the event with some content about what being a coach is all about and how your prospect can get started. They're going to tell a little bit about their personal journey and why they're coaches and what's happened in their life and business. And then kind of lining out what being a coach is all about, what it costs to get started, what you should expect as a new coach over an hour. So I think it's every 10 minutes, they put a post in there, and then they answer questions live if anybody has a question about the current content being posted. So that's what a happy hour is. And every other week, you're going to be able to invite your contacts to that. So really, actually, after this one ends on Tuesday, there'll probably be another link up and ready to go by the weekend, so you can start adding people for the 1 and 2 weeks, because we want to make sure that you're always inviting people to something, whether it be the happy hour or the opportunity call, which Anna, you can talk about that one if you want.
Yeah, the opportunity call. So every Tuesday night at 9, we're going to have something that you guys can invite coach prospects to. And for you guys that are newer coaches, you're inviting people that are interested in being a coach on your team to one of these two things. So it's just a tool for you to explain what coaching is, especially if you're not super familiar with how to talk business with people. This takes some of that pressure off of you. So every other week, you'll have the Coach Opportunity webinar. So that is going to be a lot like what we're doing here tonight. It's going to be a PowerPoint presentation led by Brooke and Blake. and they have a full PowerPoint presentation. It will be a live video, so they will go through the presentation and then be available at the end for questions. So it's a little bit different than the happy hour where that's all done on a Facebook event. The prospecting webinar will be a live Zoom call just like this with the PowerPoint. Do you want me to show the existing happy hour so they can see?
Give them a screenshot so they can kind of see what it looks like in case anyone hasn't been in one before.
Okay, so I can't get this out of my way. Hold on, I gotta move my bar so I can close this there. Okay, so this is a happy hour I led in the beginning of April. So these are done at events. Basically what we do is we explain what the happy hour is, but then every 10 minutes.
Amy, I think you're sharing the wrong screen.
What am I sharing?
I'm seeing the PowerPoint.
Oh, hold on. Oh. Is that better?
There we go. Yep.
Okay, so this is the event we had in April. So every 10 minutes we put up a post about coaching, content posts, and people can comment and interact. So this was like the final post of the night, and it was just talking about what would change in your life if you became a coach. And then underneath it, people comment. But if you go back to, every 10 minutes, there's different posts. So here's a coach on why do you think you can't do it? How do you become successful? How do coaches earn and sell money, or not sell money? How do coaches earn and sell? We have posts about different objections. That's kind of the beauty of the happy hour for your people that don't want to be seen or interact live. A lot of people be a lot more comfortable on Facebook typing than they might be on a Zoom call. So these have been really successful. We pick prizes and winners throughout it. I'm looking for post number 1 where they start sharing where they're from. No, that's a misconception.
You're cutting out a little bit, Annie.
Oh, okay.
Just talk slower.
Okay.
You're getting most words.
Sorry. I was looking for some of the welcome posts. These have been a huge success for us. I think a lot of you are familiar with, for a while we did 5-day sneak peek groups, and we would talk about coaching every day for 5 days. Happy hours are just a condensed. So instead of drawing it out for 5 days, you get online for an hour and you hammer it out, every 10 minutes as a post. But we overcome a lot of objections in it. We'll talk about misconceptions, why people think they can't be coaches. And I think that has been a huge game changer for us. Openly getting in front of people and saying, do you think you're going to have to sell? Do you think you need to be fit? Do you think that you won't be good at this? And just straight up facing objections head on in that group. And basically, if you guys, even if you don't invite anybody to it, I encourage you to hop on and just read the post, because it's going to make you a better coach as you see how other coaches handle objections, how other coaches answer questions about coaching. You're going to get a lot of value just watching in a happy hour. So
yeah, so the difference then is, 1 week there'll be a happy hour, the next week there'll be the live opportunity. We call it a webinar. It's a Zoom call. But that way you're able to invite people to 2 completely different types of opportunity setups. So they can either be watching a live video and interact. They can turn their video off, of course, if they don't want to be seen. But they can listen in and ask questions and interact with Blake and Brooke. Or the next week, they can just simply be typing along or watching it on their phone and typing along. They don't have to get on a computer or get on a video. So we're just trying to hit how people like to work. And people who love video are going to interact well with that. And people who love just the idea of being able to type it out is great. So you guys know that you have different people like that all the time in your life that would rather do one or the other. So we're hitting both with the opportunity.
Yeah, we had a few questions that we might want to hit before we go on. Someone asked, and these were popping up when I had the presentation, but I couldn't read it. If they add a new coach, is there no need to do their own coach information groups? And then I think that means Coach Basics. We still want you guys to have a personal relationship with your coaches and your team, like Lauren said. So you're going to want to do a GSR call. You're going to want to mentor and coach your coaches and help them be successful. But these coach groups takes the training aspect off your plate and makes you more duplicatable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if you're asking, do you need your own team page to put training in? Then, I mean, I hope that you would find the answer is no. That's the reason we're all spending so much time doing this, is so that y'all do not spend time trying to recreate a training group. You just plug them into the impact training group that's going to happen twice a month. So if you have someone sign up on the 5th, you've only got to wait for really 5 days before they get added to the next group. And in that 5 days, you can do your GSR call. So there's not a whole lot of lag time. Before, we were only doing one a month. So if you had somebody sign up on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th, they had to wait to the next month to get in the training group, which I know creates some lag time, which would mean you'd want to do your own. This hopefully is going to keep that from happening. So the less busy work that you can be doing, and the less that you can try to, I guess, take the barrier of entry away from your new coaches. You don't want them to be scared to sign somebody up, because I guarantee you that is what keeps people from actually talking about the business, is they're scared to death someone's going to say yes. And then they're going to be like, and now what do I do with this person? So you being able to say, I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to put them in this GSR call. If I don't know what to do yet, they can listen to it from, my teammates. Then I'm going to put them in this new training group. Boom, I can actually keep on working. That's what we want you guys to be able to do. And as you get better at this, you'll be able to do your GSR calls like a boss. But right now, I get it. A lot of new coaches don't feel good about doing a GSR call because they barely know what they're talking about. I was there. I used to use Platinum Presenters, which is my coach's coach. It's her stuff. And I used to use that because it helped me. And that's what we're trying to create for you guys. So trying to take out some of the extra middle steps and just keep you guys rolling, keep you sponsoring people, because that's what's going to grow your business. Back to the slides.
Okay. You want me to take this one?
Sure. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So the last weekly event, you guys, so Monday nights are team call nights. Tuesday nights are prospecting nights, either a happy hour or a business presentation. Wednesday nights are getting started right, new coach training calls. Everything's at 9:00 Central Standard Time. For those of you on the East Coast, this is a trial. We're seeing how this works, because we have people on the East Coast, we have people on the West Coast. So, things are subject to change at some point. But this is where we're starting at. Everything's at 9:00. So getting started right calls are on Wednesday nights. Ideally, you guys are doing GSR calls with your own coaches, but realistically, we know not everyone, like Lauren said, is doing GSR calls. Not every coach is getting on the phone with their new coaches and explaining how to get started. So this will be a coach call led every week by Alan, Christina, or Mary Lauren, going over how to get started as a new coach. It will be a Zoom call, just like this, just like the Coach Prospect webinar. It'll be a Zoom call. They'll go through a PowerPoint presentation to train these new coaches, give them the same material, the same kicking off starting point, so everybody gets the same information as they go. And again, it's a great call for you guys to tune into, if you don't know how to do a GSR call, to learn how to do it. And it'll just help build your confidence so you are comfortable doing these calls with your own coaches at some point.
So the other little things that you should know about our Team Impact Facebook page is going to have the calendar pinned to the top every single month as a new month is getting started. And then this week I actually pinned the weekly calendar to the top. So if anybody forgot about what was happening this week, they could see that. The other cool thing about that calendar is I posted a link right below it. So yes, you can see the screenshot just like it says there. But the cool thing is if you actually go to the link, you can actually load that calendar into your Google Calendar or your iCal or whatever format you have. It should work with either one. So then you have the events, not just the list, but you have the actual Zoom link is in there. If it was a new coach boot camp, the link to the Facebook group was in there. So you don't have to go searching for this stuff. It's right there in your calendar every week. I even put alerts in there, so it should have popped up 10 minutes before the call that you had this call tonight. If it didn't, then you can set up your own alert. I have a national wake-up call in there and the number, and everything is loaded for you, so you don't have to remember any of it. It's all in your calendar if you'll just add that link right to your calendar on your phone. And then, of course, the Google Drive for the Team Impact. The new stuff is all in there. That link has also been posted several times. Do we need to do it again? Is it in the documents, Annie? I don't remember.
I'll post it again.
The Google Drive is a file system of documents for you guys. So we've got a lot of different training stuff. We've got materials for new coaches, but specifically new in there is the calendar is in there. Also the new coach email, which I think is the next slide. But that's a brand new email that we've just put together so that you can send that to your new coaches, and it has links. It's a PDF, but it has links to all of the new coach material that you would want to share with your new coaches. It's got a video from Annie and I. It's got a link to the online office, a link to the Coach Basics group that never changes. That's the same link every single month. Your new coach will join it. They may not get approved into that group right away because they will only get approved 2 or 3 days before the group starts. So it'll be, the 28th, 29th, or 30th of the month before, or it'll be the 11th, 12th, 13th, right up until the 15th when it starts again. So, but they've got the links right there in the email. Team calendar is in there, the Team Impact Facebook page is in there, and then the Google Drive whole folder is in there for them to find as well. So it's like a wealth of little stuff that they would want as a new coach, and now you can send that off to your new coaches as well. We've got some questions in here. I'm looking at them real quick.
Yes.
And then we can take some questions here at the end. We got through everything pretty quick. Okay, I think it's just some comments, not too much. Somebody asked, when I saved the email, it didn't work. Only if I click directly from the files, am I doing something wrong? When you saved it to your computer, it did not work? I'm not sure. I mean, it works from the Google Drive, so I can experiment on that and send it to myself and see what happens. It is a PDF. I would hope the links would stay live. I could open the email with the links. All right, I'll have to check on that and see. There may be another way to save that PDF so the links stay live. Thank you for that feedback. Very good. Okay. Anybody else have a question? Feel free to type it, or is there a way they can ding to raise their hand?
I think there is. Yeah, if you click on the participant, there's a button that says raise hand.
Because then I can unmute you if you want to ask a question. Hopefully it's becoming clear now that you've seen it written out and heard it talked about.
Yeah, I think once we get a month of this under our belt, it's going to become a steam engine where everybody knows there's a calendar, you know what's happening every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know what trainings there are, to just make it much more simple.
And I do want to say, while we've got everyone on the line too, just a big fat thank you to our entire Impact Council that has put all of this stuff together. They've spent an entire month or more putting together material, collaborating as small groups, which sometimes I felt like we were back in college, doing group projects, because you know how difficult it can be to get a group together to collaborate on anything. So it's been really amazing to watch them work and put this together, and I am proud of them because they're coaches just like you guys that have businesses and pretty large businesses that they're running. So they're taking time away from their own prospecting and their own coaches to help you guys, who a lot of them are not connected to you in any way financially, and your success really doesn't affect them at all, but they want to help because they know what it means to have someone reach out and help when you need it. And all of us are working together to give each other's team the best chance at success. And that's what's so exciting about this, is seeing everyone selflessly come together for the better good of the whole team. I'm proud just to be a part of such an amazing group of people. And I know you guys are too, but I just want to say thank you to the Team Impact Council, because it's 20 amazing individuals that have done a lot of hard work. So I think you guys are going to love being a part of it.
I agree. Should we talk about, since we mentioned the council, because I know we have a lot of diamonds on the team, and the council is just a smaller group of, we have 20 leaders. Should we talk about how the council was formed and how they can So our council was formed, everybody applied, and we went off the leadership ladder for team leaders and team builders. So we looked at stability in their businesses and also strengths that they had to bring to the table to help form the council. But what the important thing, what we want you guys to know is you guys have the opportunity down the road to get yourself in a leadership position, to be a part of that leadership council, to have a hand in the trainings, a hand in the setup and helping the team. So that was all I wanted to add.
Well, and the cool thing is they've just done a lot of the background work over this last month. We're not going to change these groups every month. These are going to stay running for as long as the information stays current. Some things change, just like the 3 vital behaviors became 4 vital behaviors this year. As things change, of course, we'll change the information, but this whole council has put together awesome stuff so we can hand it off next quarter. We're going to kind of do it on a quarterly basis, and next quarter we'll be able to switch people around. So Blake and Brooke might be kind of tired of doing the same presentation every other week, so we're going to give them different jobs to do and let everybody switch around, and that's where you guys come in. You hit diamond level and you're starting to really grow your business and you want to be part of the leadership council and work with us on a weekly and monthly basis, and we'd like some new fresh blood in there. We just want to see your business grow and become stable so that we're not taking you away from what you need to be doing. So that's kind of the thing, is it's a great honor to be able to serve, but it's also a responsibility, and the people that stepped up were ready to give towards the greater good, and that's something we'd love to give you guys the opportunities to do in the future as well. Cool. Well, thanks everyone. I don't see, there's a couple questions. Suzanne asked if the calendar was an option for iPhone. Yes, if you get the Google Calendar link, I believe it also will load into iCal as well. I think that was it with questions. Nice comments from everyone though. All right, well, thanks guys for joining in. Next week we'll have a guest speaker on and be doing a little bit more in-depth business growing material. So excited to have you guys back next week. And tomorrow is our very first happy hour. So make sure you jump in that and see what it's all about. All right, everyone, have a good night. Bye, Spin Impact.
Bye, guys.
Oh, people did the raise the hand thing. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
Where does it show up?
I don't know.
It was me. You already answered it.
Oh, was it? Suzanne, I don't even see where it happened, though. Where did you raise your hand?
I did exactly what you guys said.
Do it again.
Raise hand. I don't know where it shows up on your end, though.
I don't see it.
Oh, well.
Do it again. See if I can see it.
Not good.
No, I want to try. Oh, I see it. It's on your screen. I just have to go to...
it's on the participant list. I see them.
Yep, I see 2.
Okay.
Melissa, do you have a question? I'll unmute Melissa for a sec. Hey, what's your question?
Okay, so I have some people that want to be coaches and they're interested in the Beachbody thing. They just haven't made that step to commit to buying the actual product and the challenge pack yet. Would this be a good place to send them for them to get an idea of what to expect from coaching, or should they already be a coach?
No, perfect question. Yes, so you would want to definitely invite these people tomorrow, or invite them tonight, but it's going to be an event tomorrow, because that's the perfect place for them to see not just coaching, but also as a customer. It'll describe buying a challenge pack and kind of break down what the options are. You can be a discount coach, you can be a coach that wants to build your business, a hobby coach, but that'll be a place where it describes that for them.
Okay, thank you. And by the way, you guys are awesome. I couldn't stop laughing, so thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for asking your question. I love the participation. Okay, so Suzanne, do you still have a question?
No.
Okay. Cool. I like the raise the hand thing. That's awesome.
I'm going to raise my hand just because I want to.
Woo, hey.
We need to raise both hands.
Aw, cool. All right. Well, we made a bunch of people jump off early, but now we got that down.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, all right, everyone. See you tomorrow and next week.
Thank you. Night.